AITA for telling my sister I hope her wedding flops? Okay, I don't even care how this sounds anymore. My sister is getting married next month, and I hope the whole thing flops. I genuinely hope the cake melts, the DJ bails, and someone starts a fistfight at the reception. I know how that sounds. Let me explain. So I'm the older sister. 31. She's 27. We'll call her Lauren because that's her actual name, and I'm too pissed to make one up. Lauren has always been extra. Like, she was the kid who fake fainted in church because she saw it on a telenovela once. She has a signature walk, if that tells you anything. Now, I've always been the chill one. I work in HR for a tech company in Austin, live with my boyfriend of 4 years, I go to Pilates and drink oat milk lattes. I'm boring. That's fine. So when Lauren got engaged, I was genuinely happy for her. Until the wedding planning started. First red flag, she told me I had to dye my hair back to brown because redheads clash with blush pink. I've been ginger for 6 years. 6! My boyfriend literally only recognizes me as a redhead. I laughed and said, not happening. She pouted and said, okay, but maybe reconsider if you don't want to stick out in photos. Then came the bridesmaid dress. It's blush pink, sure, whatever. But it's this hideous chiffon thing that looks like a marshmallow exploded. It's backless. Backless. I have shoulder acne. I have begged this woman to pick a style with coverage. She says, oh, just exfoliate, like she's offering me the cure for cancer. Also, fun fact, I'm not the maid of honor. That role went to her friend Amber, who she met working at a juice bar like a year ago. Amber calls me sis and sends me TikToks of fun bridesmaid workouts. I hate Amber. Things got worse when she asked my boyfriend to be one of the groomsmen. I thought, wow, that's actually thoughtful. But then we get to the rehearsal dinner plan, and she seated him at a different table with the single groomsmen. I ask her why, and she goes, it just vibes better for the aesthetic. What the hell does that even mean? I finally lost it last weekend at Cracker Barrel of all places. She made some joke about watching carbs now so I don't look wide next to you in photos. I put my fork down and said, I genuinely hope your wedding flops. Dead silence. She blinked like 5 times, then stormed out. My mom said I was disgustingly petty, and now half my family thinks I should apologize. But like, should I? After the Cracker Barrel explosion, never thought I'd type that sentence. I figured Lauren would cool off. She's always been dramatic, but also low-key loves when people orbit around her BS. So I assumed she'd call a few days later with a fake cry and a you hurt me monologue. Nope, I got ghosted. Like full on, no texts, no calls. Not even the group chat for the bridesmaids was active, which by the way had a title change from Lauren's Bride Squad to just Bridal Info. Cold. Clinical. I was waiting for her to replace my name with optional guest. Then my mom calls. She hits me with this disappointed teacher voice like, your sister is really hurt. This is her big moment. You said something cruel. And I go, she called me wide, Mom. To which my mom replies, well, you have put on a bit since lockdown. I swear on everything I almost dropped my phone into the pan of lasagna I was making. I didn't even reply. I just hung up and started eating directly from the pan like a raccoon who's had enough. Now here's where it gets really juicy. Fast forward to the rehearsal dinner. I almost didn't go. My boyfriend, we'll call him Jake because I'm still protecting people who don't deserve it, convinced me to show face and be the bigger person. I wish I'd just stayed home and watched Naked and Afraid like I wanted to. It's at this bougie wine bar downtown, like the kind of place with menus on little clipboards and waiters who say mouthfeel unironically. I walk in wearing a simple black dress because I didn't want to give anyone ammo, and guess who greets me first? Amber. Amber with the baby bangs and the voice that always sounds like she's ending a question. She fake hugs me and goes, oh my God, you came! We thought you were like, in your feelings or whatever? I say, I'm not in my feelings, I'm just here for the free bread. She blinks. Deadass didn't get it was sarcasm. Anyway, the vibe is tense. Lauren barely looks at me. I'm seated next to one of Jake's single friends. Yeah, they pulled that crap again. Jake's table is across the room. He gives me a sorry shrug. I mouth murder back. The dinner drags on. Some groomsman makes a toast that's basically just a monologue about his crypto gains. Lauren giggles like he's Shakespeare. My wine glass is never empty, I'll say that. Then the server brings out a surprise dessert. A little tray of macarons with the initials L and T printed on them. Cute, right? Lauren stands up and says, I just want to thank everyone who supported me through this journey, especially the people who never made it about themselves. And she stares right at me. At that moment, I saw red. I wasn't going to let her embarrass me like that in front of 30 people and half a dozen artisan cheeses. So I raised my glass, looked her dead in the eye, and said, you're welcome. I did stay quiet about the cheating thing after all. Gasps, like actual audible gasps. Someone dropped a fork. Lauren's face? Pale, like milk pale. She starts to stammer. What cheating thing? I go, don't play dumb. Remember Vegas, 2022? You know, his name was Dylan and he had an accent? That's when she picks up her wine glass and throws it at me. Missed. Hit Amber. Amber screams. I stand up, soaked in Pinot Noir and regret. My mom yells my full name like we're in church. Jake rushes over, says, we should leave. Lauren yells, don't come to the wedding. And I yell back, wasn't planning on it, you polyester princess. We left. Jake drove us home in silence while I Googled, how long is too long to hold a grudge on my phone. So yeah, I'm officially disinvited. And honestly, I slept better that night than I have in weeks. Okay, so the morning after the rehearsal dinner went full. Real Housewives, I wake up expecting either total silence or like a passive-aggressive Venmo request for Amber's dry cleaning. What I did not expect was a missed call from Lauren's fiancé. Let's call him Tyler because again, no more fake names. Tyler is one of those guys who always has a Bluetooth earpiece in, even when he's not on a call. He wears loafers without socks and says stuff like, circle back in normal conversations. I never disliked him, but I also never got what Lauren saw in him besides his condo and his teeth. Anyway, I check my phone, missed call, voicemail. It's 7:48 a.m. The man left a voicemail before 8 a.m. on a Saturday. Sociopathic behavior. I listen. He sounds calm? Almost too calm. Hey, I think we should talk. I'd prefer not to do this over text. Call me when you're up. First thought, Lauren must have told him to get me to apologize. Second thought, I am not dealing with this before my cold brew and bagel. So I waited. Around noon, I finally call him back while Jake is playing Elden Ring on the couch like a man who just witnessed family collapse and is coping via swords and dragons. Tyler answers immediately. No, hello, just jumps right in. Did you mean it, he asks. I go, mean what? He goes, the Vegas thing. Silence. I'm not proud, but I decided to test him. What do you think I meant? He pauses, then sighs. So it's true. Apparently, he had no idea about the infamous Dylan from Vegas, a guy Lauren met at a bachelorette trip for one of Amber's old sorority sisters. I only found out because Lauren was hammered one night back in 2022 and told me how she made out with a South African guy in a rooftop pool and never told Tyler. She swore it didn't go further, said it was a feminine moment of weakness. Whatever the hell that means. At the time, I thought it was gross, but decided to stay out of it. Not my circus, not my imported pool boy. But now, Tyler knows. And you know what this man says? He goes, I mean, it's not like we were married yet and people make mistakes. I interrupted. Bro, are you actually okay with this? He says, I don't know, it's complicated. She's just under a lot of pressure right now. Oh my God, the mental gymnastics. I say, Tyler, she threw wine at me and lied to you. That's not pressure, that's personality. He actually laughs. I mean, that's kind of fair, he says. She's been a little different lately. He tells me Lauren's been obsessing over this wedding to the point that she's been sleeping in a different room for 2 months just to preserve the anticipation. I'm sorry, what? That's not romantic. That's a horror movie. Then Tyler drops this. I haven't told anyone this yet, but I've been thinking about calling it off. Or at least postponing it. She won't even talk about the future. Like, she shut down the whole conversation when I mentioned a prenup. I asked him, what would it take for you to walk away? He goes quiet. Then he says, honestly, if I knew she didn't love me. That hit weird. I wanted to be like, dude, she loves being married, not necessarily being with you. But I stayed quiet. I could hear it in his voice. He wanted a reason. He wanted an out. But he also didn't want to be the villain. Classic Tyler move. So I asked, if you need someone to talk to, who's not your future ex-wife or Amber the bridesmaid gremlin, I'm around. He thanked me, then hung up. Now I'm sitting there on my couch, bagel half-eaten, wondering if I just accidentally blew up a whole engagement. Jake looks over and goes, did Tyler just break up with your sister or... I shrug. Not yet. Jake, so are we going to the wedding or not? Me. We might be going to the unwedding. Cut to later that evening. Lauren texts me, all it says is, you had no right. I type out 3 separate responses, delete them all, end up sending, you had a choice. She leaves me unread. Okay, let me paint the picture. It's 5 days before the wedding. I'm back at work pretending to care about onboarding schedules while secretly refreshing Tyler's Instagram every 20 minutes. No updates, no ring photos gone, no passive-aggressive quotes in story form, just gym selfies and a video of his dog chasing a yoga ball. Meanwhile, Lauren's been silent. No texts, no calls. Even Amber has been suspiciously quiet, which honestly made me more nervous. Amber's not the kind of person who stays silent unless she's busy constructing a revenge vision board or gluing rhinestones on a burn book. Then it happens. I'm eating Chipotle at my desk, burrito bowl, extra guac, don't judge, when Jake texts me, did you see the group chat? I check, The bridesmaid group chat, the one that went from Lauren's bride squad to bridal info and now apparently just says chat, has been lit. Amber, hey y'all, just so everyone's clear, wedding is still on. Lauren is just taking some space. No need to panic. Katie, bridesmaid number 2. Wait, what? She hasn't answered me in days. Amber, she's just resting. Stress is a real thing, guys. Not everyone handles pressure like a spreadsheet robot. That was aimed at me, obviously. I stay quiet. I just want to watch them turn on each other like a low-budget Survivor episode. But then, Lauren finally speaks. Lauren, change of plans. There won't be a ceremony. We're just doing a small legal signing. No guests, no party. Thank you for understanding. Cue the digital implosion. Amber, what? What do you mean no ceremony? You promised me a floor-length photo moment. Katie, wait, so we bought $300 dresses for nothing. Another bridesmaid, I got a week off for this. My boss hates me now. Me? I just react with an emoji and a popcorn gif. And then Lauren leaves the group chat. Like just straight up left the chat. No explanation, no apology, just noped out like a mob boss who burned the blueprints and vanished. The group chat goes silent. Jake walks into the room and sees me grinning like I just won the lottery and goes, "Oh no, what happened now?" I say, "Lauren canceled the whole wedding, just a courthouse thing now. Everyone's freaking out." He blinks. Damn, you really are the main character. Here's the thing, I didn't celebrate. I really didn't. I just sat there replaying Tyler's voice saying, I don't know if she loves me. This wasn't a win. This was a train that derailed in slow motion, and I had a front row seat with snacks. Next day, I get a DM on Instagram from Tyler. It just says, "Thank you for saying what everyone else was too scared to." Then, "I'm not signing anything until she comes clean." I reply, "You don't owe her your silence." He replies, "Yeah, but I still love her. That's the part that sucks." Man, I sat there for a full hour staring at that last message. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if they'll get married quietly or burn out with a whimper. I just know I'm out of it. Lauren hasn't contacted me since, but last night I got a notification. She re-added me to the bridesmaid group chat. No message, no update, just one change. The group name now says, "What now?" So it's the day of, Saturday morning. I'm fully expecting to spend it watching bad Netflix documentaries and maybe rage cleaning my bathroom. But then I get a text from my mom. "You're still invited, you know. Just wear something respectful." I stare at my phone like it just personally insulted me. Respectful? Respectful? After Lauren launched a whole wine glass at my face and iced me out for 2 weeks, Jake reads it over my shoulder and mutters, "Let's just go. I want to see how this ends. I've earned that much." So we go. I put on a navy blue pantsuit I usually save for funerals or when I need to scare interns. No makeup, minimal effort, let's roll. We get there and, oh my God, it's not a courthouse wedding. Not really. Lauren's rented this pop-up elopement space in downtown Austin that's designed to look Instagram courthouse chic. There's a faux marble arch, a pink neon sign that says legally yours. There's even a confetti moment station. Amber's there, wearing the bridesmaid dress anyway, hair in curls, full glam. Tyler looks like he hasn't slept in 4 days. His shirt is wrinkled, tie crooked, no smile. The whole vibe is off. Lauren spots me and gives me a nod. Not a smile, just a tight little "I'm watching you" nod. Jake squeezes my hand like I'm about to be cross-examined. Then it starts. A fake judge? I'm serious. They hired an actor. He's literally listed as Minister Steve on the pamphlet. Begins the ceremony. It's short, dry, weird. When it comes time for vows, Lauren reads a long-ass Instagram caption about choosing love even when it's hard, and how outside forces tried to shake this foundation. She glares directly at me when she says outside forces. Like, girl, be for real. Then Tyler starts his vows. And here comes the twist. He pulls a folded note out of his jacket, clears his throat, and says, "I wrote this a few days ago, but last night I made some edits, so I'm going to read both versions." Everyone freezes. Minister Steve looks nervous. Amber looks like she's about to pee glitter. Tyler starts reading. The first version is sweet, generic. "I promise to support you, blah, blah, blah." Then he flips the page. "And this," he says, "is what I felt after learning the truth." Silence. He looks Lauren in the eye and reads, "I promise to never lie to you, not even about rooftop pools and accents. I promise to never call my sister-in-law wide while smiling through bleached veneers. I promise to never make someone feel small just so I can feel center stage. And if I ever do any of these things, I hope someone throws wine in my face. I'll deserve it." You could hear a bobby pin drop. Lauren's face, literal statue. She doesn't blink, doesn't flinch, just says, "Are you done?" Tyler nods. "I am." Then he pulls the mic away from Minister Steve, turns turns to the guests, a small crowd of about 20, and says, "There will be no marriage today. Thank you for coming." And he walks out, just like that. Amber screams, like actual banshee scream. Lauren stands there frozen, blinking like she's trying to reboot her emotions. My mom whispers, "Oh God, she's gonna snap." Jake leans in and goes, $10 says she blames you. She does. Lauren turns to me, in front of everyone, and yells, "Are you happy now? This is what you wanted, isn't it?" I take a breath. No, what I wanted was for you to stop treating everyone like they're disposable. And then I left. We got tacos afterward. I swear to God, they were the best damn tacos I've ever eaten. Here's the epilogue. Tyler moved to Denver 2 weeks later. New job, new gym, new dog. He unfollowed Lauren, blocked Amber, sent me a DM that just said, "Freedom tastes a lot like Tex-Mex." Lauren, she went full healing era. Started posting daily quotes like, "If you can't handle me at my wine glass, you don't deserve me at my wedding dress." I blocked her after 1 week. Too much cringe. And me, I slept like a baby. Still haven't apologized. Still don't feel bad. AITA? Probably a little. But if I'm the villain in Lauren's story, at least I got to walk out with the credits rolling behind me. Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.